Hello, my soulful pact. I hope everyone is doing well. I just want to do somewhat of a quick video of just a very basic, beginner-friendly mat flow, and something that you could do if you don't have a ton of time, or just if you need a quick little pick-me-up, or if you just really want to feel some good deep core activation. This is a great thing to do. We're gonna start seated actually, so best thing to do before any exercise practice, especially Pilates, is we want to get into our bodies a little bit. We want to get centered. We want to incorporate some good breath work. So I like to put my hands on my rib cage because as we take a breath in, we would like to feel that rib cage kind of expand and open out to the sides. So you're directing the breath into the outer lobes of your lungs and really increasing the expansion of our diaphragm. It's going to help you execute movements. It's going to help release proper oxygen flow throughout your body, and it's also going to help you engage those deep core muscles throughout the practice. So breathing in through the nose, you can see my hands coming out to the sides hopefully, and then as you breathe out, you'll feel your ribs draw in, you will feel your fingers start to move closer together. So let's just do that 2 more times. Nice deep breath, and then breathe out. 1 more time, deep breath in, and then exhale out. Yeah, and this also helps to keep the neck and shoulder area free from tension. A lot of times when we're inhaling, especially when it comes to exercise and things become challenging, we tend to, this is what happens. It's very, it's not attractive, first of all, but it's just very unbeneficial to your practice. So that being said, just wanted to clear that up because it's not enough just to breathe in through the nose and out through the mouth. You want to make sure the breath is going where it should. We're going to warm up our low belly, stretch out our lower back a little bit with some pelvic tilts. So on your back here, you want to feel that your pelvis is completely parallel to the floor. So I have a teeny little bit of space here between my low back and the mat. And if I were to place a glass of water here, it's not going to tip towards me and it's not going to tilt away from me. I have my legs bent with my feet probably about 6 to 8 inches from my butt. Arms can be by your side. If you want, you can place your hands along your pelvis just to kind of feel what's happening. Hi, buddy. Chester wants to join. Hi, boo-boos. Yeah, you're on camera. What do you think? I know. Yeah, thank you. I know. Now you decide to get up off the couch. It's okay. It's okay. Okay, so he's going to hang out. So I like to put my middle finger on my hip bones and then my thumb on the very bottom part of my rib cage. You're going to take a deep breath in through the nose, and then as you breathe out, you want to bring these 2 points together. So my hip bones draw up in towards my lower ribs, and then as you breathe in, you can just release that. You're going to feel your low back arch slightly and lengthen out as your pubic bone tips forward. And then as you exhale, you're taking your pubic bone, you're turning it upward towards the ceiling, and you want to feel this connection through here, right? So I'm not jamming my back into the floor. It's a very gentle tilt, slight shift of my pelvis so that I can engage here. A lot of times people will squeeze their glutes to make it happen. Not the preferred method, but if that's what you have to do initially to get your pelvis to move a little bit, it's okay. But ideally, you don't want it to come from the glutes. You want it to come from your obliques. So from there, you can keep your arms by your side, and I want you just to pay attention to your neck and shoulders. Again, without realizing it, sometimes we end up like this. That's a little exaggeration, but I just wanted you to see that we want this to be open. We never want to be tensed up. I keep a little slight tuck of my chin to limit me from going into too much neck extension, because again, that's just going to create a lot of unnecessary tension there, and we have enough of that throughout our day. I'm going to hold my pelvic tilt, and then I'm just going to take a breath in and bring my left knee up to a 90-degree tabletop position. As I breathe out, I'm going to gently return my foot back down and then repeat to my right side. Breathing in and breathing out. Now, as I'm doing this, I'm really trying to hold on to that pelvic tilt. We call it an imprint in Pilates, but you will oftentimes hear it referred to as a pelvic tilt. because that is what is happening. Posterior pelvic tilt, to be technical, because there is an anterior pelvic tilt as well. But we'll save that for another video. Just little slow marches here. This is great if you're new to Pilates or you're just new to exercise and you're just starting out on a journey of trying to get a little stronger, but essentially everything happens and begins with our core. It's just where it all stems from. We want to make sure that that's supporting all of our movements. We're going to take it up into a hip roll. So I'm going to release my low back. I'm going to start in that neutral position, taking an inhale. As I exhale, I'm going to go into my imprint, posterior pelvic tilt, and I'm going to peel myself off the mat. So I'm thinking of coming up from my tailbone first, and then I'm coming up only as high as my upper back, my bra line. I don't want to come up too high because then I'm going to end up in my neck, and I'm squeezing my butt here. So this is definitely going to give us some good glute activation. I'm going to hold it here for an inhale and then roll it down for an exhale, vertebra by vertebra. Tail should hit at the very last second. We're going to do 2 more. Deep breath in, releasing the low back. Exhale as we pelvic tilt. I activate my glutes. I press my feet into the floor. I want to feel really grounded here. The more muscles I can feel in my feet, the more it's going to activate more muscles in my legs. So I get a little more hamstring, a little more outer thigh. One more time. I'm going to release my inhale, pelvic tilt forward, and then pelvic tilt posteriorly to squeeze and then send my booty up, holding my bridge. Yes. So if you're also looking to strengthen your glutes, this is a great way to start. Bring it back down with control. We're going to take it into an ab prep. Arms are by the side, gaze is at the ceiling. As I take an inhale, I'm going to nod my chin ever so gently and feel the back of my neck lengthen out. As I exhale, I'm going to lift my head and my shoulders off of the floor, reaching my fingertips out towards my toes. I can stay in a neutral position here. Traditionally you are, but if you feel as though you need to go into that imprint pelvic tilt, you can. Hold for a breath, and then slowly release. Nice and controlled. Gaze is back at the ceiling, chin to chest, inhale, exhale. Gaze is right between my knees. I'm going to take a breath in and then breathe it out. Now, if my neck were not happy, I'm going to just kind of cradle the nape of my neck here, interlacing my fingers, taking a breath in, and then exhaling up to my little flexed position. Now my neck is super supported. Breathe in to hold and breathe out to release. Let's do 1 more. Inhale, chin to chest. Exhale as I lift it up. Now as I'm coming up, I'm thinking of leading with my ribs and pulling my rib cage down towards my pelvis. That keeps you out of the neck even more. I'm going to stay here for another breath. I'm shaking a little bit. And then exhale, release back down. So sometimes you don't have to do much to feel a lot of work, which is one of the beauties of Pilates. We're going to take it into our hundreds next. This one, you definitely want that imprinted flat back position. Legs can stay down. Traditionally, they are up at tabletop or they're extended straight out. I'm going to keep mine bent for today, but if you want more of a challenge, you can certainly lengthen your legs. You can also keep your legs and your feet planted. So again, I want that flat back, nice and connected here. I'm going to take a breath in. On my exhale, I'm lifting up. Again, head can stay down the whole time for this. And we start to pump our arms, breathing in and breathing out. Deep breath in, exhale out. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. So I'm keeping my gaze at my knees. That's going to help my neck stay in alignment. Breathe in and breathe out. And with each inhale, exhale, I'm drawing my belly and my ribs even deeper in towards my spine. Breathing in, breathing out. I think we have 3 more. Downside to talking is I tend to lose count. Last one, in and out. Good, and I like to hold at the top for 1 more breath in, lifting up higher, knees closer, and then as I exhale, I can return my head and then do a little rock if I want. We're gonna grab the back of either leg, doesn't matter which one, and we're gonna use it to rock up to a seated position. We're gonna go into a half roll back. So this is a great way to prep for doing a roll up. Again, just a nice way to really engage our lower abdomen here. Arms are reaching out in front, shoulders are down. I want to think lengthening up through my crown. I'm anchoring my sitting bones into the floor. Take a deep breath in. I want you to feel yourself get a little taller on that inhale. On that exhale, you're going to lower down, tucking your tailbone. So you think of that pelvic tilt, right? So I'm tucking, but I'm doing it in a seated position. So my low belly really hollows out. My low back is flexed. My upper back is also flexed, but notice my shoulders are not up in my ears. This tends to happen. So again, we want to keep them down. I'm going to hold my C curve and then take an inhale as I dive over my hips and thighs, continuing to reach forward. I get a nice stretch in my back, but I'm still pulling my belly button deep away from my legs into my spine, maintaining my C curve and rolling it back. As I roll back, my gaze is forward. Again, shoulders stay down. Deep breath. We inhale to come forward. Exhale to roll it down. Lifting the gaze. We're going to do 2 more. Deep breath in. Reaching out. Exhale. Don't be afraid to use that breath. Gaze is forward. 1 more time. Breathing in. Breathing out. Beautiful. Now I'm going to hang out here and just intensify the work a little bit. I'm just going to roll back another inch or so and then curl it back up. Again, you don't have to do this, but if you want a little extra, say you didn't feel enough of your core, last one. Now we're going to pull forward, inhale to round. This time on my exhale, I'm going to relax my arms and sit up 1 vertebra at a time. So again, I'm using the grounding of my sitting bones and my tailbone to guide me as I stack my spine all the way up to center. We're going to add on to this with a roll up. So if you cannot do a roll up, it is, I'd say, a little bit more advanced beginner. A great thing that you can do to practice is to hook your feet underneath a sofa. You can even have a buddy partner kind of hold down at your legs, kind of like, you know, old school sit-ups in gym class. Well, this is not old school sit-ups in gym class. Don't do those are terrible. Do a roll up instead. You're going to come down nice and easy. We're going to try to control our descent here. My arms are reaching up and over. I'm keeping my ribs and my belly connected to the floor. I can flex my feet. I can point my toes. I've seen this done 100 different ways. I say do what feels good for you. I like to keep a flexed foot because it gives me a little more of a hamstring stretch. I'm going to inhale, lift my fingers to the ceiling, shoulders slide down. As I breathe out, chin to chest first. I'm going to use my exhale to fold my body in half. So I'm coming back into that C curve I was just in. Then I'm going to come back down. I'm still drawing my belly deep into my navel as I release it to the floor. I'm going to tuck my butt, think of that pelvic tilt, try to get my low back, then mid back, upper back, shoulders, and then my head as my arms go up and over. So we're going to inhale to reach, exhale to peel. Yep, and if you have a lot of flatness in your back, these do tend to be a lot harder. Some of us don't have the natural curvatures in our spine, myself included. So when I first learned to do these, I did them pretty poorly. Breathing in, we're gonna lift up, shoulders slide down, big exhale. So your exhale is your best friend, especially on those harder portions. Now, if you notice here, I'm not collapsing on my legs. I'm still very much so active. I'm pulling here. I like to think I have a big beach ball right on my lap, and I'm trying not to let my belly button touch it. I'm holding on to that visual and that sensation as I roll back onto the mat. So I'm using my abs and my core to bring me up, but also very much so to control me down. Breathing in, arms to the ceiling, shoulders down, breathing out, and fold it through to round. Hollow out the belly. Inhale again, tuck, scoop, release, and back down. Let's do 1 more. Nice deep breath in. Exhale. Using that breath. And if your hamstrings or hip flexors are tight, it's going to be challenging as well. From here, I'm going to find my tailbone again. I'm going to lengthen up 1 vertebra at a time. I'm going to take my arms up. I'm going to open them out, reach them to the side, and now I'm set up for a spine twist. You want to maintain a neutral spine here. By neutral, I mean exactly what you see here. My back is straight. I'm not rounded. I'm not extended, right? My booty's not popping back. If you can't get here, sitting on a pillow, sitting on a block is very, very useful. If the hamstrings or low back are excessively tight, you are gonna have difficulty keeping the length here. Also option, you can bend the knees a little bit. Some people like to do this one crisscrossed. Traditionally, legs are out in front. So we're gonna stay lengthened up, vertebra by vertebra, taking an inhale. Growing tall, on the exhale, we're gonna twist to one side. And then you're gonna come back to center as you breathe in, and then as you exhale, twist to the other side. And as I'm twisting, I'm initiating from my rib cage, and I'll show you facing this way, maybe you can see it a little clearer. So as you can see, my ribs are leading the way. I'm initiating from my low belly, rotating back to center. My arms basically are just following along for the ride. Breathing into center. Let's do one more to each side. You're gonna twist. See if you can hold it here. Take another breath in, grow tall. Exhale, see if you can just twist a little deeper. Yeah. And then take a breath in, rotate back to center. Exhale over to the left. Good, stay for one more inhale. Again, get a little extra length. And then exhale, twist a little deeper. Nice deep breath in as we rotate to center, and then exhale, releasing the arms. We're gonna go into rolling like a ball and then our ab series. And then we'll finish with a nice swan stretch. So just a short, very brief series, like I said, to kind of get the job done if you want some good ab work. Coming to the front of your mat, because we are gonna rock back and you wanna make sure that you don't land on the floor because that's not gonna feel good. You're gonna hug your knees into your chest. You're gonna scoop your belly. First, just see if you can balance. So I'm not directly on my sits bones, I am slightly off of them. I'm rounded. Again, my shoulders are not up here, but my upper back is rounded. I'm gonna inhale, let myself rock back, and then exhale. Oh, that was terrible. I'm gonna come right back up. My floor is very hard, so I just had a quite little shock to my spine. Apparently I need some extra padding here. So I'm gonna exhale again, just tuck, let it rock, and then exhale, return. I'm keeping my chin tucked as I go down and as I come up. The more I stay scooped and tucked in, the smoother this is. Let's do two more. Breathe in, breathe out. Again, I'm keeping my chin down. Inhale and exhale. This one's actually kind of fun once you get the hang of it and the groove for it. So I'm gonna keep my knees bent and I'm gonna come down right into that tabletop position we were in earlier. And we're gonna go into a single leg stretch. We're gonna place our hands behind the back of our left thigh. You're gonna lift your head or keep it down if you need to. You're gonna hold for an inhale. As you exhale, you're gonna extend your right leg and gently pull your left knee towards you. Switching on an inhale, and then exhale, other knee comes in and other leg extends out. So I'm still pulling my belly button deep into my spine. Again, I can bring my head down if my neck starts to get fatigued. We're just gonna do a couple more on each side. Last one. Bring both legs back and lower the head. Going into our oblique twists. Same coordination with the legs, we just add a rotation to it. What you can do is bring your head down in between each one and go at a very slow pace, or you can stay lifted the whole time. So I'm gonna start in my lift, take a breath. As I exhale, one leg straightens, one leg bends, and now I'm twisting towards it. I probably won't get my elbow to knee, and that's okay. As I breathe in, I switch, and then exhale, lengthen the other and bend the other. So it's a full rotation. My neck is supported. Breathing in, breathing out. What you don't want to be doing is this. It's not a bicycle, it's an oblique twist. This also looks like you're having an adult temper tantrum. And no judgies. If you need to have a full-on tantrum, go by all means, let yourself have one. Just when you come back to this, just make sure your form is good. That's all I ask. So usually we do about 10 to each side. Now, since I lost count, like I said, I normally do, let's just do a couple more. Last one. Come back to center, hug your knees to your chest, take a breath. We're gonna go right into the double leg stretch. Exhale, legs extend forward, arms extend back. Inhale, we bend and scoop. Again, I can bring my head down if I need to, not a problem. Exhale, reach away. What I do want to make sure of is that my abs, my ribs are pulled in and that my back is maintaining contact with the floor. If I can't make that happen, I'm going to reach my legs higher, which will keep myself more connected. It's better for your back and you'll feel more abdominal work. Last 3, breathe. Inhale it, circle. Exhale away. Inhale, circle, scoop it. Last time, exhale. Inhale, hug. Exhale, I'm gonna lower my head. Going right into our scissors. Everybody's flexibility is different and your flexibility is gonna vary day to day. So wherever you are at today, I want you to grab the back of your left leg or right, whatever you wanna start with, wherever you can. Some people it's here, some it's here, and some it's here. Some people can grab their feet, yay for them, right? We're gonna lift our head and shoulders up, again, only if the neck's okay. Whew, my foot's cramping. You can keep your head down if you need to. But again, I want that pelvic tilt, my imprint flat back. Taking a breath on my exhale. My right leg comes down. I do a pulse of the leg towards me. I'm gonna swap on an inhale, pulse, and then switch. Again, range of motion here can vary. The lower you go, the harder it is to stabilize. So if you notice that your hips are kind of rocking all over the place, maybe you do a little more of a baby scissor. No shame in the game. Honor where you're at. The more stable you are, the more you're gonna feel it, and the less likely you are to hurt something. 2 more to each side. Pulse. Breathe in, both legs up. Breathe out, bend, and lower the head if it's not already. We're gonna straighten our legs and just flip over onto our bellies. We're gonna stretch that out with a swan. Your legs are gonna be open out, laterally rotated, which means my knees and my toes are facing out to the side walls. Your pubic bone is your anchor, and I like to take my legs even wider than my mat here. Sometimes you'll see this done with legs close. I like to go a little wide. It makes my low back happy, and I feel like I can get a little bit more lift. My hands are gonna come down in line with my shoulders. I'm gonna anchor my pubic bone so that my belly pulls up, and it's gonna activate my glutes a little. You're welcome. You're gonna breathe in, push with the heel of your hands to roll your shoulder blades down along your back. You're gonna continue to push and straighten your arms as you lift and reach your chest forward. Now I'm still activating my glutes and pulling my belly in here. You're gonna breathe in, start to come down, bend your elbows, and then breathe out to release. Again, deep breath in, shoulders slide down first. Now maybe you can't straighten your arms all the way yet, that's fine. Maybe you can come here. Whatever works for you. Don't force anything. The key is though, you wanna keep contact with the mat, your pelvis maintaining contact on the mat the whole time. Let's do 3 more. Breathing in, shoulders first. Big exhale to lift. Inhale, start to come back. Exhale to release. Last 2, deep breath in, shoulders slide together. Pressing up, squeeze your glutes, hold. Inhale. And then exhale. 1 more time. We breathe in, we breathe out. Now, as you get more comfortable with this, you can do this on a 2-breath pattern. Breathing in to lower, breathing out to complete it. Bring your legs together. From here, we're gonna push back and sit on our heels, reaching forward into a nice shell stretch. Similar to child's pose in yoga, just stretching out that low back. Breathe in, breathe out. Good. Take another breath in. Exhale out. 1 more time, nice deep breath. Exhale it out. Then from here, just walk your hands back. Unravel the spine. Again, try to stack from your tail to your head. And that's it. Thank you for joining. If you have any questions or comments, please share.